Hey everyone, we're back with the weekend sales on eBay. The weekend started off the slowest it's been in at least a year. I want to say 2 years. I know for 1 year I checked back, hadn't had a slower start to a weekend, and probably could have even been 2 years because it was just crazy. But we managed to still end up with 44 sales this weekend. So just to kind of recap, slowest weekend for me, Friday, I had the day off actually. We actually got a new dog. My wife found one, so I took the day off so we could drive and meet it. Whole other story, but she's happy. The dog's pretty ugly in my opinion, but she finds it adorable, and obviously happy wife, happy life, right? So I'll pop a picture up here of the dog. She just not my style, but it makes her happy. But either way, we left at like 10 o'clock. I had 4 sales for around like $60 at that point. No sales for the rest of the day, only one other offer. That's a slow day for me, $60 and four sales on a Friday. We still ended up finishing with 44 sales. So somehow it worked its way out. I did list some more over the weekend, which normally wouldn't. I listed a couple things just to try to get some activity, sent a bunch of offers out to watchers, and then took a couple offers on some things just to get some movement, and it seemed to pick back up. So I'm super blessed and thankful. So don't get discouraged, guys. If you have a bad day, you never know what might happen in the coming days. It can be discouraging though, I understand that, but try to look on the bigger picture level. Let's get into what's sold though. That's why you're really here. Let's see what we made money on this weekend. So, or maybe lost money, we'll see. This is a little plush here. It's a Build-A-Bear. Sold for like 17 shipped. I got a bag of Build-A-Bears for like $5, $6, and probably got about $1 in each one, or $1.50 maybe. That one sold for like 17 shipped, 16 shipped. Should still go first class if I'm not mistaken. Some Build-A-Bears have some value, but not a lot of them are pretty plain Jane. You're not going to find a ton of money in them, but if I get them for cheap, I'll list them, or I hope to get some that might be valuable. So that one was okay, I guess. Here's a Stussy shirt. It's got a little skull on the front. On the back is the same skull, like with a snake going through it. This one sold for 38 shipped. It's one of the last couple Stussy shirts we got from a big online auction we bought. That went out for $38. Really great deal. We made a lot of money on the shirts. You know, for what you can get for t-shirts. Like I think most have sold $27 and up. We were in them for like 100 and something bucks. I think we had 14 shirts for like 130 something dollars, and we sold most of them for, like I said, around 27 to 30 something bucks. They did go out first class. Definitely was more than a double up, but we did get in them for quite a bit per shirt, but that was because it was an auction and we got bid up a little bit, so it's okay. We sold some little Waterloo figures here. There's like 4 boxes. They're not all complete though. These sold for like $34, so I'm happy about that. We've had them for a while. We had one other set that sold right away for like $35 or $40, and these have sat for like almost a year. They finally sold. Don't think there's a huge market on it. It ended up selling. Here is a shark piece. Got a shark vacuum for $1 from one of my sources. It was his personal vacuum at his house. It suddenly died. He said like the motor wasn't really working, but I could have it for $1 because he knows I part out vacuums. This one piece I think sold for 15 or 20 bucks, something like that, whatever you see on the screen. It should still go first class as well. Again, we're only in it for $1. We also have the canister and a bunch of other little parts that are going to sell. I think we'll sell almost probably $100 when it's all said and done, maybe 80 to 100 in sales for our $1 broken vacuum. So pretty good deal there. Here's one of our bad buys. We got these from Walmart. These are the Blonde Sunrise Blend Starbucks Keurig things. These are actually expired now. I forgot what day they are, but they did expire last year, I think. We've had them. We're now in 2021. We got them for about $5 a piece before they expired, thinking that they weren't going to be selling them anymore, that we might be able to capitalize on that. And they ended up taking forever. They finally sold for $14 one sold. We have like 4 or 5 left. So we're in the hole. Hopefully someone will buy them. Maybe they really like that blend and we'll make a few bucks. Our few bucks back, but not really a great deal. They will go first class though. They're not too heavy. Sold a bunch of media. Running with the Devil. Sold for $12 shipped. This is from that $350 book buy. We sold Small Faces. I don't even know where I got this book, but it sold for $15 shipped. So that's pretty good for a used book there. Sorry, I knocked the camera. Here is some Nantucket Legacy and Amish Beginnings little books by the same author, Suzanne Woods Fisher. These ones sold for $32. I think we're in them for $6 or $7 plus tax, something like that. From a thrift store, they sold for $31. I thought they'd sell for more like $35. I thought they might sell quick, but they've actually taken a little while, so that was kind of a bummer. But we still made money. Medium mail shipping is so cheap. Here's some Fisher Price All-Star Readers. These were given to us. Someone gave us a bunch of books so we could do whatever we want with them. We kept a couple for my son that were littler ones, and then these ones we weren't going to use, so I listed these and they sold for like 16 ships. So those were free. Again, going out medium mail, so shipping is cheap, and we'll make pretty good money on that one. I probably would not pick those up individually, but if, you know, someone was buying a bulk lot of books and those were thrown in, it might be worth it. Blankets by Craig Thompson. Picked this one up in a storage unit guy buy. Just saw the book. It looked interesting. Grabbed it for my pile, and it sold for like, I don't know, 12, 13 bucks, something like that. It'll go medium mail. But we did sell some yearbooks, guys. I know some of you guys like yearbooks. I love them. We sold 2 to the same buyer, which is kind of weird. One is Fallbrook High from 2008, and one is Mission High School San Marcos for 2018. So usually if someone's buying 2 yearbooks, they're buying them from the same school or whatever, you know, or maybe a middle school and a high school if you have one and they went to both. Person bought 2 separate ones from kind of separate, not, they're close enough, but not super close, and 10 years apart. So I'm not sure why, but they spent 55 bucks on both of them. They made a $25 offer and a $30 offer, which are both great for me. I sold them 55 shipped, and I think they're going to California, so shipping won't be, I wouldn't send them probably medium mail because they are in California. I probably would send them out at the priority rate because it won't cost me that much. We did sell 4 VHS, Billy Joel, a Queen one, Spinal Tap, and Red Hot Chili Peppers. These are from the Rock and Roll buy. They weren't really worth a whole lot on their own, so I lobbed them together and they sold for like 14 and some change. But not really the greatest sale, but I am happy to make some room on the VHS shelf because I got a lot of VHS still right now. We got to get rid of some. Pokemon Keychain Snorlax sold for 35 shipped. Has some damage to the card, but overall pretty good. Pokemon stuff is doing really well right now. And then we sold a bunch more media. We just sold Feelin' the Spirit by Grant Green. Sold for like 10 and some change. This is like a Russian lullabies. I don't know how to read Russian, but it says Russian lullabies on the side. This is from the Rock and Roll buy as well. That sold for like 11 and some change. Thunderball motion picture soundtrack sold for about 9 and some change. And then a Grateful Dead CD. I believe this one sold for, I think, 10 or 11 and some change as well. So 4 CDs going out. Super happy. Especially this weekend, I was happy to see any sales come through because, like I said, the first day we only had 4, which was, like I said, even I was a little bit like, what's going on, guys? What is going on? And sorry my shirt is like dirty. I was just mowing the lawn and I came in here and did the video, so I'm kind of like not in the best shape, so I apologize, but as California, the grass grows pretty quick. Some Alba deodorant, my favorite kind. This sold for 22 shipped. I just picked up some more this weekend. I've been saying I'm going to do it. I went and got a whole nother bag. So we're stocked up, and hopefully people will buy it. I'd love to see that move out throughout the next couple weeks. Sold some Mighty Ducks, like Del Taco, like little pogs, or little cat. I don't know what they're called. I think they're pogs, yeah. But these sold for like $6 and some change. Not a whole lot, but we didn't move them. Here's one of the items that I took a best offer on Saturday morning. So I'm out garage selling. Obviously, sales have been kind of rough Friday, so I'm like hoping to get some activity. And someone made an offer on this old timer knife. I'm in it for about $5, and I had it at 75. I was hoping to get 60 for it. That's really what I really wanted. Someone came through and said the best they'll pay is 50, and I thought about it for about an hour or two. Like, I don't know, should I counter? You know, because I think I sent an offer out to watchers at like 65 or something like that, and they came back at 50 and said this is the most they're going to pay. I could have countered, but I'm like, you know what? Sales are slow. Just take the $50. It's a good profit. And from there, things worked out. So sometimes sales are slow. I will take a lower offer. If sales are popping, I might be like, you know what, dude, you're going to have to pay me a little bit more because everything's going well. So it just depends on my mood, I guess. Here's a little Marvel little action figure here. He sold for 16 or 17 bucks from the Hirsch buy. Just one little figure. He's not even that old. I think 2000. No, he's 94. He is a little bit older. 94, but just a small one. Still got some money for him. We sold these little thermal take memory cooling kits. Got these from Storage Unit Guy. They were brand new. We just threw them together, looked them up online. There was like one comp. Mine sold for 22 bucks for the pair. They should go first class. Don't know much about them, but you just pretty much Google what's on the front of the packaging, and that's how you find out. We sold a Transformer here. This guy sold for like $9 and some change on sale as well. Nothing really special. We did sell a couple of chargers. This is a Ryobi one. This one sold, I paid $5 for this, and it only sold for 20, and it's going to go in a padded flat rate. I thought it was worth about 25 plus. I was wrong. We'll still make maybe $5 on the deal, but usually I like to get ones that are going to go for about 25 bucks if I'm spending 5 and they're going to go in a padded. Also, so this Easy Tech charger, I think this one sold for 17 or 18. This is like a RC car battery charger. So that one did really well. Some Venom industrial gloves, paid $1 last week at a garage sale. They're brand new sealed. They sold for $13, $12, something like that, which is great. You know, $1 into 13. I'll do that all day, first class shipping. Not a huge profit. Not going to, you know, change the eBay. I mean, the YouTube, you know, airways there and make me some kind of super seller because I only made like $5. But for me and my business, you know, I'll do that if it's that easy to make the money. I'll do it. I don't have to have a $50 sale every sale. Plus, I just can't find enough $50 items, unfortunately. Here's a Rawlings glove. This one sold for $22.49 on a 10% off sale. This one's going to go in a padded flat rate. Gloves are moving right now. It's that time of year. People are out there doing baseball. Golf stuff is selling. Anything outdoors, now's the time. Camping, or people are going to be out there camping. So, you know, if you have that kind of stuff and you haven't listed, get it up because I have a feeling we're going to get a couple more months of this and then it'll probably slow down again. You can obviously sell them any time of the year, but it's just a really hot time right now. I've sold like 4 or 5 gloves the past couple weeks. I've still sold through some of my golf stuff, and I just bought some more. I'm trying to get it all up real quick. Here's a little Camelback thermos here. This is the Forge one. Paid $1. It looked like it was like brand new on the inside. On the outside, it is kind of scuffed up, but it sold for $18 ship. So going global shipping program. Not sure why, but it is. So that's kind of crazy. We did sell some more media, and then we'll get into a couple of bigger items, at least a couple dollar amounts higher. Here is the Mysterious Skin. Interesting title, but that sold for $17 shipped. That was, I think, $1 from a garage sale. Rigolettos was 50 cents. This is a brand new one. Got this recently at a garage sale, 50 cents, and it sold for $40. The Rise and Fall of the WCW, what I used to watch as a kid. This one sold for, I think, $11 and some change. That one was $2 from a thrift store. Alcatraz Metallic Live 84. This one was from the big $350 recent book and DVD buy. This one I sent an offer out to watchers at $20, and someone jumped on it. Wes Craven's The People Under the Stairs. This one sold for $9. I have not seen this one, but that sold for $9 shipped. The Ramones Raw. This one sold for, I think, $8 or $9 as well. Don't know where I even got this one, but it did sell. And then Poco from that same $350 buy sold for $19 shipped. Poco Crazy Love DVD. So a lot of media going out, guys. Not always high dollar. We've talked about it. I know I say it a lot, but hey, it just works for my business model. We sold a Dyson little tube here. This one I paid $20 for the Dyson. It did not work. But I thought I could make more money. I thought I was going to get about $50 just on this. This sold for $35. Shipping is going to be about $15 or $16. Not heavy, but it's a little bit bigger, unless it's going somewhere close. So we'll probably make our money back almost on this unit. I mean, we'll make a majority of it back. I did sell a couple other parts, 3 or 4 other parts, I think, for around $15. So we probably made about $10 or $15 back, but I overpaid on that one. I'm just happy to see all of it go. You can buy vacuums and part them out. Some are worth even more money, but in this case, I should have been in it for about $10, and I would have been okay, at least to make a little bit more profit, or even $5. I just jumped on it thinking, oh yeah, last time I sold this for $50, then I can sell the parts, and we'll probably end up with $80, $90 in sales, and I was mistaken. Here's an Olympus. This is a bolo. If there is a bolo today, there's probably this one and one more. This is one you want to look out for. These Olympus Stylus cameras. There's the Olympus Stylus Epics are the real good ones. This one sold for $105. This is the Panorama DLX, I think. It opens up like that. It does work. Well, I should say it powers on. I don't know if it works, but it powers on. I sold it as is for $100 and something shipped. It's got some scuffs and scratches on it, so it's not perfect shape, but $105 on this. Look out for these Olympus Stylus ones, especially Olympus Stylus Epic. If you can find it, good money in some of those. Don't sleep on them. We sold a metal hand belt buckle, but one of the fingers is broken. Got this for $1. I didn't really realize the finger was broken at first. I was like, oh, cool, that's going to sell for sure. Then I got home and I'm like, well, does anyone want one with a messed up finger? And apparently someone did. They offered $25 on this. In the title, I used someone else's listing and it says Grateful Dead in their title. Not Grateful Dead like it's made by Grateful Dead, but I ended up selling it, and mine has Grateful Dead in the title too. But I messaged the buyer and said, hey, don't think it's actually Grateful Dead. I was working off of someone else's listing. I'll still sell it to you for $25 if you want it, but I just want to make sure you're aware I don't think it's Grateful Dead like official merchandise. And the person still accepted it. So this sold for $25 with a broken finger. Not sure why someone would want it like that, but ended up selling. So hopefully we won't get a return. This is the other little bolo here, if you can find them. This is a Dixie cup dispenser, brand new sealed, but you know, it's got some boxware. Went to a garage sale, didn't see a whole lot there from the street. It looked like a lot of kids' clothes and stuff. I'm like, this is going to be junky. But my motto is, if I'm already there, get out of the car, Cameron, take a look around. Don't be lazy, just get out of the car and take a look. And that's what I did, you know, took a look, found this guy sitting there for $5 and this sold for 50 shipped. Now, you know, that's not crazy something. It's not like an ultimate major score where it changed my whole life, but I'll take 5 into 50 any day, and I would have missed it if I didn't get out of the car. I also got 2 pairs of Heelys there for I think another $4 or something like that. Maybe $4 or $5 for 2 more pairs of Heelys from the same sale that I couldn't see from the street. Everything else was exactly what it looked like, but there were a couple of gems there. So my motto is, again, if I'm already there, get out and take the 30 seconds to a minute to look around and get back in the car and move. You never know what you might find. Sometimes I found some big gems. One time I went to a sale. Lady had only like diaper, kid stuff, like a diaper changing thing and some like baby stuff. Everyone was at the sale across the street. It was a huge sale across their whole yard. I saw her. She looked like she was lonely. I'm like, I'll go over to her sale. I feel bad. Walked up. There was a bunch of HeroScape stuff in a box. It wasn't the original box, but in a diaper box full of HeroScape stuff. $5 for all of it. I think we sold it for like $170 or something. So everyone else probably missed that because they were too focused on the other thing. I took the couple seconds to walk over there. It actually made her happy to sell something, and I walked away with a very good item. So definitely pretty cool. That's always going to happen, but if you have time, you never know what you might find at someone's sale. Here is I forgot what this is. Some Fox. Emily Fox or some kind of purse. I know nothing about purses, but I paid $2 for this, and it sold for a best offer of $30. It's got a Fox logo on the back. It's something Fox. Emily Fox, or I don't know. Purses are something I know nothing about, like I said, because I don't really use them that often. It's not something that I would wear. It just doesn't really fit my style, so I use a wallet. But anywho, it's something that I wish I knew a little bit more about. Not that I want to go out and identify Coach purses and stuff, but sometimes you might find one at a sale for cheap enough that is worth your time. And I'm obviously trying to branch out all the time and learn new stuff. Here's a Vivitar camera. It sold for $20. Why I even listed this, I'm not sure. It's like a junky camera, but it sold for $20. It does work. It comes with the box, but the box is a little beat up. It still might go first class. If it does, we'll be okay. I want to say, I don't even know if I paid anything for it. I think I just threw it in my pile and, I don't even think I really factored any price into it, but it did sell. Some of the old cameras can be good, even the old digitals, maybe like a 7 or 8 megapixel. You might get $20 for it, and if it's going to ship first class, it's not a bad deal. This one probably should have opted out of the box. It would have been cheaper to ship, but here we are. The other thing we have is a Winnie the Pooh phone. I got this. Some of you might remember from a video during quarantine. I ordered a bunch of stuff on Goodwill. There were a bunch of phones, and I sold the Mario one, I think, for 50 or 60. And I sold another one, I think, for 50 or 60. We gave away the Goofy one to my grandmother-in-law because she loves Goofy. That was like an $80 one. That was probably the best one. And then I had this one Winnie the Pooh one left, and it sold for like 33 and some change. It's going to cost around 14 to ship it out. We made some money on the phones, but because we gave one away, we ended up not making as much. But that's okay. Well, obviously, it was a gift, and it ended up being a nice gift. So it did work out. Phones, you got to test them and make sure they work, though. But it's pretty big. It's a pretty bulky one. I probably wouldn't, if I was going to be not selling the Goofy one, I wouldn't have bought all the phones. I would have passed on them. Just as a reseller, it wouldn't have been worth it. But if I could have sold the Goofy one, it would have been worth it. I think we were in them for like $40 for all of them. And yeah, like I said, if we could have sold the Goofy one for $80, it definitely would have been worth it. And then we sold a bunch of wrestling stuff. It's like a WrestleMania cage and stuff, and a bunch of odds and end parts. It's not enough to make the whole cage, just missing some pieces. And then a bunch of random wrestling parts that came with some action figures. It sold for $60. I actually found a couple extra parts while I was kind of digging around. I threw them in there as well, so we'll get a couple of bonus pieces. But that's just something I'm so happy to see it go because it just takes up space, and I hate looking at it. And then we also sold a Columbia Bugaboo or something jacket for $44. I think I'm in it for 10 or 12, maybe $12.50, and it finally sold for $44. Columbia is one of those brands where every once in a while they sell pretty well, but I don't think the market's as good as my mind thinks it is at times. I see them sometimes, I'm like, yeah, I can make money on that, but it just seems to be slower or doesn't sell for as much as I would like it to. So I don't pick it up as much if I see it unless it's just a really good deal. And guys, I think that is it. And I had a crazy monster garage sale on Saturday, guys. It started off slow, just like my sales, and I ended up, the end of the day, I spent $400 at one sale, had to PayPal the guy. Like, I didn't have enough cash on me. I got a bunch of, I'll show you. I got a bunch of these like dual band radio type mobile radios, all brand new, couple different brands, but multiple of them, and some amplifiers and stuff like that, brand new in the box. The guy was going to do a project or whatever when he bought all this stuff to set up this team that he was going to be building for this project, and the project fell through and he still had all this stuff, and he sold it all to me for $300. Plus I bought some helmets for $100 for 3 helmets as well. It was an awesome deal. And then I walked up to a sale at the end of the day. My last sale, the last 2 sales of the day, PS3 and an Xbox One for $40. They don't know if they work, but I'm like, even if the Xbox One is broken, we can make money. Plus games. They say they have a PS2 and an Xbox as well, and they're supposed to call me when they find it in the attic this week to have me come back by. And I got more stuff there, and their neighbor had a sale, and I got a Walkman and 2 Walkmans from them for $3. So sometimes at the end of the day, guys, you don't think you're going to find those kind of huge scores, but they're out there. So I was super blessed. And I was a little discouraged to start off. I'm like, where are all the good sales? But they were just waiting for me at the end of the day, and I'm glad they were. So thank you so much for watching. Sorry the wife wasn't in this one. She is going to be in some during the week, I think. She just finished pulling all these orders, and she's taking a break, and she deserves that. And we'll see you guys in the next one. Take care. Bye-bye.